So back to your question about expanding your mind and working on yourself, right? So I have been a student of the game, and I always have been. I've been a student for life, and I want to thank you for helping me through today with that journey. So I participate in all of those forums, and I think I've been very cautious about, especially in modern day car sales, about sharing my opinion and viewpoints. But it started a few weeks ago when they happen to be talking about service closing rates, and I'm listening intently, and I'm listening, and I'm listening, and I'm listening, and I don't like what I'm hearing.
I know that's right.
It came up again, and first and foremost, I applaud those executive managers, dealer principals, and general managers for discussing it. They're in tune. So don't take what I'm about to say next, but I think that unfortunately our industry has set mediocrity for like the ceiling of benchmarks. And I just don't think it has to be that way anymore. And so the conversation was about closing rates, and some guys were talking about 30%, a little bit more, a little bit less. Some of those dealers had pivoted to have video presentation part of their MPI, and their closing rates, they were ecstatic about it, that they had gone up to 50 or 60%, which is a great improvement, but that's a technology improvement, right?
Right.
With customers through technology. And so what I had said to them when I popped up there and jumped in was, you know, let's just say you have 10 customers come into your dealership tomorrow that need brakes. Their brakes measured through the multi-point inspection. They're at 2 or 3 millimeters. What do you think a good closing rate should be for those 10 customers? So there's a little bit of discussion associated with that, but my opinion is that number has to start with an 8 and maybe even a 9. I don't think you can bat 1,000. I don't know anybody that has, but really customers say no to you based on time, price, or trust. And I think that we've always had the horrible perception, because we charged for wiper blade inserts to be put on that were more expensive and least convenient. So I feel like after running an automotive group for 16 years, I installed that same offense at the other 5 stores we bought. I also did it in Texas, and I brought it here to Tennessee, that it's duplicatable, right? So I think the difference between closing a sale, and I'm not talking about closing through pressure, I'm talking about closing through education.
It's
making
right.
sure that the customer understands the value we're providing for the service being rendered, and making sure that they understand we're competitively priced in our marketplace. Like, we're providing quality service at an affordable price. And I did this with a customer just before I left the dealership, where I had an office adjacent to one of our sales associates, and there was 2 really nice ladies in there, and one of them had a nice young boy with them. And so they were joking about something. So I had to pop my head in there and say hello and ask them if they had any questions as they were entertaining purchasing a vehicle. And it just so happens that one of the ladies that wasn't looking to purchase a car had a Maxima, and she said, well, how much are brakes? And I shot her a price. I said, to do your typical brake service, and it'll include this, is X amount of money. And she said, why so much? And I said, what do you mean? And she said, that sounds really expensive. And I said, compared to what?
Yeah, right.
Come with me. And I took her in my office, and we pulled up a third-party vendor that I've also strategically—
Say it out loud.
REPAIRPAL, baby.
Come on, baby.
This is another essential tool for every dealership on the planet. So I just took her right to our website, because I've got the estimator right on our website, and I pulled up her vehicle and then pulled up a window, a price window for what that would be. And it was more than I quoted her. And I said, well, ma'am, you can see by this. And I explained to her the features and benefits of who they are and what they do. And then the pricing structure and how it works, because it's based on our primary market area. I said, I could charge you more, but I wouldn't feel comfortable about doing it. So how can I earn your business so we can protect your little boy right there. I mean, that's the thing that's most important to me.
It is.
And it has to be about, so I do want to make sure that we talk about this as well. The success that I talk about all the time, and ad nauseum, I talk about winning is important. The winning part is about serving the customer. It's not about gaining the accolades or I sold X amount of Y or Z. It has nothing to do with that. It has to be about serving the customer. But you'll never make them a customer if they say no to you, because if they say no and leave, they're going to go somewhere else and become someone else's customer. So that's
right.
why I'm so passionate about this right now. I feel like we have to dig in and figure out how to overcome objections. They've been talking about it forever on the variable side, and some of the most talented people in the dealership overcome objections every day as part of their daily ritual.
Yep.
Let's get those people together and let's start working together and have our sales managers teaching our advisors to overcome objections. Let's talk about our finance managers and finance directors teaching our advisors or working with them. I mean, worst case scenario, if a finance manager or sales manager had to take a TO on a set of brakes, they might make a relationship and gain a friend and sell a car in addition to a set of brake pads.